All right, we got this scene here of the marriage thing. It says 58 years later. 2 minutes and 45 seconds into the music video. And this is all the stuff that we've already been thrown from this. So 58 years later, it shows the bride. The classic, situation, like the Hugh Hefner situation, right? The old guy with the young girl, okay? So it shows the bride happy, shows the groom happy. It shows cheek kiss. That's what he gets. He gets a cheek kiss, right? She's just using him, obviously, for that. Look how happy she is. That huge ring she has on her finger. This is why I think it's so funny that Taylor Swift has no idea. Taylor Swift, she thinks she's making like a message. She thinks she's making like, if you're a man, it's so easy because you can be as old as you want and you can just get a young hot bride. Well, okay, now they're walking down the aisle. He's the man. All of that stuff. Of course, they're all cheering for him. Good job. Now it shows he's putting a little cake on her face. After the wedding, right? After the wedding. She was all happy just a moment ago. After the wedding, putting a cake on the face. Look at her face. Looks a little angry. And it looks like she's disgusted. And then she ends up walking away right after the scene. So I think what she's trying to signal to us, guys, you can correct me if I'm wrong here. I think what she's trying to say is that, again, as a man, it's so easy, right? Because you could just be this old guy. You could still get this young woman and no one looks down upon her and all that. So she's trying to take a dig at men in this. And I think right here in this scene, she's trying to show like, look, he doesn't even care about her. He's doing something. Obviously, she doesn't want him to rub cake in her face and he just doesn't care because he's a man and he does whatever he wants. As opposed to what us actually know is going on, all it does is it shows women in a terrible light right here. What does it show? It shows this woman has no interest in him. It shows that all she's doing is putting on an act to get his money. So again, this entire video that she thought was taking such a great shot at men, such a jab at men, literally the whole thing about how much easier it would be if her life was a man, and she doesn't realize the ironic part here that in this situation, this young bride had to do nothing to benefit from this guy's entire life. And then we know what's going to happen. We know she's going to clean him up in the court system and all that stuff. Like, look at that, the ring. She got that. Look at that, putting on a little smile. And then right after the ceremony, and all of a sudden, she's already disgusted. Look at this. She's gonna divorce this guy right away. She put on the act just to get to. And Taylor Swift, she thinks she's showing men in this little part here, this little video. All it does is it shows exactly how easy it could be for a woman. She could just wait around and hook on to some guy and marry him just for his money and just get his resources because the corrupt court system's all that crap. Nice job, Taylor Swift. And we have the very ending here, guys. That was pretty much the end, except for then it shows. I can take down these lyrics actually now. I don't need those. Okay, it shows she's in the director chair because she directed this movie, and it shows her calling this guy over, and he's coming over. He's like, okay, how did I do? And she says, yeah, it was all right, but can you be a little sexier next time? Again, taking the shot at the whole like cliche of like the Harvey Weinsteins, which again, he's a total creep, and I think pretty much every man in the world would agree with that. But they paint this picture that this is what all men are like. And yeah, so can you be a little sexier next time? And then like on the comments of this, the girls were like, oh, I died when I heard that. I died when I heard that. And then it shows her getting back in her chairs. He's like going back. And by the way, this guy takes the criticism really well. He's like, okay. Yeah, all right, I can do that. Yeah, okay, I'll try it again. Takes it like a champ. And then it sits back, and then she's like calls out Veronica or something, the girl that was in the scene. She's like, great job, you did a wonderful job, like giving her props to the woman in that. And then we got the clips at the end here, the credits roll by that say directed by Taylor Swift. Shows her there. Shows her putting on like the makeup or the head mask, whatever. Written by Taylor Swift. Owned by Taylor Swift. And then this was another one, and all the comments are like, oh, I felt so much inspiration when I saw produced, written by, and owned by Taylor Swift. Starring Taylor Swift. Voice of the Man by Dwayne Johnson. And I don't like to take a cut out of their men, but man, he's just selling the men out here with this. Agreeing to be in a video like this that he obviously could see. But, you know, he's mainstream, celeb. I understand he has to play the game, whatever. Don't respect him for that, though. And then it says, no men were harmed during the making of this video. Nope, no men were harmed that you can see. A lot of women are going to be harmed by this because, again, they're going to take this female dating strategy type mindset with them wherever they go. And then they're going to be old cat ladies. They're going to be the Penny Prouds of the world. And they'll be upset and they'll have nothing better to do but then just to go on all of men's sites and comment and troll on there. They'll have nothing better to do in their life because they've encompassed this mindset. And we saw that already today, earlier in this stream. So what do you guys think of this video? This whole music video that she put on here? Are you guys Taylor Swift fans? Hey, ambition matters again, my man. Ambition matters. Titanic was a horror movie for me, seeing all those men sacrifice for women and children. Why don't she put that clip in her video? Laugh out loud. Yeah, really. Again, that's like it's in our programming, and that's a good example of the Titanic movie. If something were to happen, who gets on the lifeboats first? Women and children, every single time. We just know that that's like how it is. And that's why that movie, the Red Pill movie, did a really good job of breaking stuff like that down too, about how, 93% of workplace deaths are from men. It talked about all like the statistics of men and going to war and all how disposable men are. And it did a really good job, I thought, of bringing up a lot of the issues that they're just hidden to the mainstream. Titanic was also a, ploy to cover up what really happened on the real controversy of the Titanic and why they sunk the ship and a bunch of other stuff that, and why they made this movie. So then what does everyone do? They look up, Titanic, and then they see that movie that comes up first. Blog posts about that movie come up. All of that stuff comes up, so no one learns about the real truth of what happened with the Titanic, which is much darker. They do that with a lot of stuff. Foo Fighters. What are Foo Fighters? A lot of people go, oh, it's a band. So, yeah, Foo Fighters is a band. What is it really? Well, again, you don't really find that out because they cover these up. They make mainstream things to cover up big events that would lead people to understanding a lot more about the world, but they get, these other things pushed out there, so that's all we see. That's just a little side rant there. I'm going to put this up, and I'm just going to let the audience read this one. Because I get the messages from people that get angry at me, the messenger, when I bring stuff like this up if I do. So I'm just going to let you bring it up. I'm just going to put it on the screen, and I'm going to let people read this for themselves and see how many rabbit holes you guys want to go down on your own. Feminazism is a board game for children. Let's face it, men made life so good for women they turned into a-holes. Yeah, man. Gosh, can you guys imagine? I mean, I know it's different for us because we have the drive of like wanting to accomplish and all that stuff and wanting to protect and provide. It's kind of part of inside of us. But just to think, like, if I was a woman, the smart move to play would be to be feminine and to appreciate a man. And then I get to stay home and then eventually like raise family, be around my kids, and I get to, go to meet up with my, girlfriends when I want to, do this and that, and, do my own hobbies at home when I want to. Man, if I was a woman, a smart woman, oh man, you could have life so easy. Yeah, almost as harmful as the failed Gillette ad campaign. Almost as harmful. I won't give it. The Gillette takes the cake. That Budweiser one, that Charlize Theron Budweiser one was pretty bad too. I think Gillette. Guys, let me know. Do you think there's anything right now out there worse than the Gillette ad? Has anything surpassed that yet? Because right now, that to me is still number one. I think that Budweiser commercial's up there. I think this Taylor Swift song is probably up there. Yeah, I'm beginning to understand how much this has painted men altogether in a negative light. I've deduced this manner of feminism going to get out of hand. I won't support Taylor Swift. Yeah, see, that's the other thing, man. Like, if I just make a random video about this and I just talk about this one thing, it's just like, oh, a guy's complaining about a successful woman. But it's like, when we all know this, we see the patterns of this, and then we understand why men are just like, man, I don't even want to commit to a woman anymore, because we know what is going on inside their minds, because we know it, they are being indoctrinated with over and over and over again, to the point where a lot of women see videos like that and it just reinforces their own mindset, and they don't even think. It's not like women are these devious. It's not like they sit back and they go, we know what men are struggling with and we're going to make it worse for them. It's like women just get so indoctrinated into their own belief system. They see stuff like this, that this is just embedded in their mind. And I have no way of knowing how to unplug that from a woman. So that's why I have no interest in settling down long-term with a woman. I don't know how to like Men in Black it, like take out like a little memory stick and be like, all right, everything about feminism, chink, and just like erase her mind. And then it'd be like, oh, dang, this girl, maybe there's a future with her. Like, I don't know how to do that yet. So until that day comes, I'm happy being single. Don't forget, subscribe, like, comment, share the video, but definitely subscribe.